Hey y'all, are you one of those people like I was that, you have a 10-year plan, a 5-year plan, a 2-year plan, whatever it is, you've got a retirement plan, but it's off in the future? Well, maybe it's actually time for you to retire today. We aren't promised a tomorrow, and of the 7 days in the week, none of them are someday. It's been said that having a bucket list is just something you use to carry around your dead dreams. So let's answer 4 questions today. And if you can answer yes to all of these questions, maybe today is your day. Question number 1, are you putting off a happy life? Unless you've managed to create that utopia, that rare condition where you can work and be truly happy in your work and check items off your bucket list at the same time, you can't do that, then you're just deferring life. You're not really living it. And you're probably not going to be watching this video anyway. Many people make that excuse of, I'm just going to work one more year. But you got to ask yourself, is one more year really going to make that much of a difference? Now, if there's a vesting date for your 401 or your pension or whatever kind of retirement plan you're lined up for, if you need to work one more year to do that, then yeah, it's probably worth it to work one more year. But if not, what if your health declines? What about the cost of living of working one more year where you live now? How much are you really going to save by working yourself for one more year? Okay, question number 2. Is your health getting better? Chances are that as we get older, our health's not improving, but especially if we're still working. Work is a huge source of mental and physical health issues, things like stress and anxiety, not sleeping, high blood pressure. And my blood pressure was reaching dangerous levels before I retired. And I'm happy to say that they're back well within the normal range in less than a year after having gotten out of that rat race. Sitting at a computer all day, you carpal tunnel typing or poor posture, hunched over, you're going to end up with back problems and pain. The world pushes us to work more, eat bad, skip exercise, and stay inside. All of those things are killing us daily. Retiring and putting all of that behind you will let you put time and energy into a more healthy lifestyle. The third question you need to be asking yourself, what am I going to be doing with my time? Maybe it's time to retire, but what will you do when you get there? A lot of people talk about, I can't wait to retire and I've got a 5-year plan, but nothing in that plan is planning activities to fill all of your time that right now is filled by work. Boredom is dangerous, and especially dangerous if you decide to retire abroad or far away from family and friends and everything that you've known your entire life. Retirement without knowing how you'll spend all of that free time can leave you feeling anxious, and lonely, and homesick, and depressed. Part of your planning needs to be finding new or expanding existing hobbies, or both. Right? You've got to make real plans or lists of things that you want to do, that you want to see, and other ways of keeping yourself occupied and happy. And you need to keep adding to that list, even in retirement. The fourth and most important question of all, can you actually retire? Well, if you haven't sat down with pen and paper or laptop and iPad or whatever device you want to use to determine if you'll have enough to retire, based on the cost of living where you plan to retire, then you need to do that today. And if you watch the channel long, you've seen me say in other videos, be careful when you're using a financial advisor to plan your retirement, because a lot of the facts and figures and calculations that they'll do are based on the assumption that you're retiring where you are today and the cost of living where you are today, not say the cost of living here in Thailand. I guarantee you I could not have retired if I had stayed in America. But I'm living a great life here in retirement in Thailand on much less than I ever lived on in the United States. So whether you decide to use a fee-only financial planner or you're a do-it-yourselfer, you gotta do it. There are plenty of resources out there that can help you determine if you're financially ready to take the leap and retire now. And if the calculations say that you aren't, then you've got to take those steps and make those plans to tick those boxes so that you are financially ready. You know, when my 2-year plan became a sudden 8 months to finalize, I was lucky. I'd done my research, I decided where I wanted to be, and I was able to show myself that with the low cost of living here in Thailand, I actually had enough saved. I could have retired here years ago. So when my job was eliminated and I was 57 years old, there was no desire and there was no reason for me to keep working. I didn't want to go through the job hunting process again. I didn't want to have to potentially relocate to another state because of a job. If I was going to relocate, it was going to be a relocation for me, not for some employer. So for me, the time was right now, or right then. It's been almost a year ago, but you know, you get the point. But to be able to do that, I had to have planned and I had to have been able to answer all of these questions with a yes. What about you? I want you to let me know in the comments what your excuse is. You're going to type it out. Then I want you to say it out loud, because then you'll have written it and you'll have said it. And the only thing left to do after that is something about it. So write it down. Whatever's holding you back, write it on paper. Speak it out loud and then get rid of it. And I'll see you in the next one.